question. One quick question. How? Okay, so you went up to the top of the ridge. You
Yeah.
screamed. How long after you screamed did this thing scream?
Well, I started sliding down. So about shortly after, right? So
Okay, that's interesting.
scooting down,
That's interesting.
and then it screamed. But you know what? I thought, oh my God, and I panicked.
Welcome back to the Jupiter podcast, and today I have a special treat for you. I have Mr. Zubrickas. I hope I said that correctly. I've been trying to get this gentleman on for a very long time. He's contacted me. I was sick for a moment, and he had, I think, an ear infection, and then there was some technical. I finally got him here, and we're gonna have a great time. I got notice of him because he's a great contributor to my Facebook page. He's always on there posting pictures, ideas, concepts, videos. The dude is amazing at what he does, at least when it comes to my Facebook page. I love it very much. And now I got him here on the podcast, so I'm very happy about that. If you keep finding yourself coming back to the podcast, please do me a favor, like and subscribe to the channel. Also leave a comment, maybe share it with some of your friends so that we can continue to grow the community known as the Eye. You can also find me on Rumble, you can also find me on Spotify, and you can also find me on Podbean. You could also, if you'd like to, I just remembered, you can get yourself some merch. You want a t-shirt? Christmas is coming up soon around the corner. I got some t-shirts, I got some posters, I got a hat, I got a coffee mug. Just go ahead over there, click on it. The description will be below in the the link will be below in the description, and you can go ahead and get yourself some of that. And if you have any special things that you want, you go ahead and contact me and I can make you something maybe. Who knows? We'll see what happens. Anyhow, now with all that out of the way, I'm very happy that I got all the housekeeping out of the way. Please welcome to the Eye of Jupiter, Mr. Zubrickas.
Hi, Tom. I'm really happy you had me on here today, and I'm talking to you from the Westway Coast, not the coast, but the interior, beautiful British Columbia here in Canada.
Yeah, well, shout out to you, like we said when we first got him, from the Yucatan Peninsula of Mexico. So we've been trying to get this together for a while, haven't we?
Yeah, we had some issues, but you know, like it's life is busy outside of ascending into anything. It's just busy, right? We have our worries, right, these days. And
we have our families, we have our friends, we have our jobs. Yeah.
So I'm fortunate enough that I am retired or semi-retired, and I'm blessed that I'm able to do this kind of thing because I do it every day. It's a passion right now. So
great. So please, again, do me a favor. Tell us a little bit about yourself and where we can find you.
Sure. The best place right now, as it is my Facebook page. And that's Gin, Gin, a hard G. I don't know if it's up there. That you have it up there. It's Gin. Gin is the first name. Facebook's the best, and the last name is Zubrickas, Zubrickas. Okay. And that's at Facebook, okay? So friend me and put down Eye of Jupiter, and I'll know who it is. And you can have me on both. You can also, I started a new YouTube. I have an old YouTube that you can look at the background story to all of this. It's all documented. There's about 200 videos that you can watch. Okay, my years with the Sasquatch. The groups that I had about 5 groups going at the time, and my home group. But you can find me at Sasquatch Interior, BC. Sasquatch Interior, British Columbia, BC. Okay, that's my old site. Now my new site that I started right now is current, and it is what's happening right now. And what I'm doing is making short little films, okay, to put in a lot of content into one package each time. And because I love doing that, I just get, I love it. I'm an artist, so I used to work in the film industry. I worked actually for the government for a while in the film industry, and it's a passion too. So all of this, I find myself super busy with the Sasquatch because they're giving a lot right now at this point in time. It's accelerated. Their glyphs, their signs, their tracks, and everything they're doing is accelerating. So I go out every day. I'm blessed to be close. I can walk. I can drive up into most of the places here. But my friends, the Sasquatch, are right here. Like they're coming home. They come to my house. The little one comes nightly. Okay, here.
Wow,
okay? So, pretty cool.
How long? So, like, where do we begin with this? As you're telling me, does the Sasquatch, or is there something before that? Has it always been weird or strangeness around you?
Yeah.
How did it start for you, Jen? Gin.
Yeah. Well, it's a sordid story. Tom, believe you me, I didn't call for any of this. I can't believe what I'm going through right now, but I'm accepting it, and there's nothing that I would have liked to happen. This happened to me, and I accepted it. Right? No matter how I got into it, they more or less picked me. I didn't pick them. I was just present somewhere right in the mountains, and they did what they did, and now I wouldn't have it any other way. I'm grateful to have them into my life. They are healers. They're like I can only describe them to somebody like your aunt. One of your aunts who cares, and you're a little child, and she's pointing the finger at you if you do something stupid, or you know better, right? You're cognitive dissonance, right? You know better, but you're gonna work on yourself. So it's about you, right? Self-improvement, self-healing, healing your mind, healing your body, doing the right thing. Also, it comes with responsibilities. Now we'll get into that. Okay.
Okay. So
later.
Yeah, just go. So let's go ahead and. Yeah, however you'd like. Like I was saying, however you'd like.
Okay.
Sure.
In 2017, I live in a mountainous area here. They're not large mountains. They're about 2,000 feet above me here. They're a nice climb. The area is full of lakes. It's a beautiful area. Trout fishermen. I moved here because of the lakes, and I was a fisherman at one time. So it's beautiful. Okay, it's just beautiful. They're lodgepole pines. Actually, they're spaced out so you can walk through. It's a lot of sage here. It's semi-desert. It has cacti. It's very warm. It has many days of sunshine and a long growing season. So it's beautiful, And I've been climbing up here. Oh, what happened to me? I'll give you a little bit of background. I like to work out. I like to climb. I still do. I work out more than I ever have. I'm 66. I'm a parent. I'm a father. My son's doing great. I have a grandson who I took on all these adventures. When he was young, I went squatching with him. Okay, we went to
that's
go.
Awesome.
Oh yeah. I took him all the time. We did it winter, summer. We take up a sled. We built about 4 camps up there, and now he's out of it because he's a tweenie. He's in 13 and all that, and entering high school, and he's forgotten about this. But I hope he comes back. Those were days. I miss him. Yeah, he's a good kid. But now, okay, yeah, I'm doing. I might as well. I'm going to jump a little bit all over the place. I'm going to start at the beginning. Okay, I'm going to start at the beginning. I was in 2017. 2017. So the 7 years I've been with these people, the Sasquatch people. Okay, 7 years. Okay. What happened to me was one fine June day, I was running up. There's a trail up here. I'm pointing to where it is, right up here. Okay. Right up here where I'm looking, in front of me is a crest of a mountain, and it has a trail that goes through it. It's a groomed trail, right? But it goes high in elevation, and it's got a lot of dips, zigzags, and pitches, and you're running it. So I was jogging this thing, right? And it was a hot day. I was nearly at the finish of the trail. It's about, about 2 or 3 miles, like kilometers, up and down the mountain. So it goes around the mountain. anyways, I was on basically one of the last hills, and I was climbing up. And I was really, he's sweating profusely, and dead tired, right, and heaving, breathless, and finishing my workout, and I'm there in the hot sun. I'm like climbing up this little ridge, right, and stupid me, like I've learned now what not to do. I didn't warn the bear. There was no wind or anything. When I reached the crest of that hill, all hot and sweaty, there was a mother bear charging me at that time, and almost met up with me. So when I crested the hill, it was on me. Okay. So
Wow.
I thought, I certainly, like, if there was something would happen to me. It charged me 3 times. Okay. 3 separate times. What I did was I stood up and I screamed as loud as I could and I growled, and I had the advantage because I was up over the hill. It was coming up from the bottom, and I saw its 2 cubs, go darting away. That's all I saw. And then I just pictured myself dead there with my, my scalp half open, right, and lying there. And this thing charged me 3 times. I did report it, and they put up some signs, and they didn't allow anybody up there. But I'll tell you, I had PTSD after that, and I think we all know what that is. Yes. And for 2 years, I couldn't go up that mountain. Okay. And that was my passion, my love, right, to do this kind of thing in the woods, right, and camp. So I couldn't. So I ran. I still ran and stuff like that. I'll interrupt this for the sidetrack a bit. I decided to re-educate myself. I went in later on in my life to do an English degree, and I've got an art degree and all this. I've got a lot of education behind me. It doesn't matter. I'm still poor and all that, but I you know what? I'm doing. Yeah. I'm doing what I want to do now, right? My passion is now. I'm utilizing my writing skills right now, and I'm using my art skills right now, and I'm using my film skills right now. So it's coming finally in the way of the Sasquatch people, right? And it's like, like I said, I didn't call for this. As a matter of fact, I was afraid. I had fear. Okay, a lot of fear.
I think that's completely. I think that's completely understandable. It's completely understandable.
Okay, so here I am. I'm jogging up. I had this thing happen to me, and then I can't go up the hill anymore. I pined for it. A couple of years later, I had to go up. I had to start going up. So I ran the bottom hills, right? And I looked up at my trees, and I dreamed of going up there, up higher up the mountain, right? Because it's beautiful, and the environment changes. So it gets into like Hobbit land up there. It turns from lodgepole pines, and as you climb up to near the ridge, it turns into like cedar, hemlock. It's beautiful. These down cedars, and it's totally like Hobbit land. It's beautiful, right? And there's a couple of lakes up there, right? So I've been up there a few times, but after. So the story, 2 years later, so 2 years later, I was running in November. It was in November, but I have to tell you about the school I went to. So I did my my undergrad at an indigenous institution that is on the hill, and it's located right by me. I walk by me. Now the institution is a native institution, and they teach you under the indigenous hospice. They teach you the indigenous way of looking at life. Okay, no matter if you're doing your degree, they make it indigenous bent, right? Okay. They're indigenous people teaching you English, okay, or culture. It was really cool. So I went to the school. I ended up working there, tutoring there, and stuff like that. And I worked in the library and all that because I wanted to re-educate myself, start over, right? So I did my undergrad there. I worked there. I tutored there, and I met some elder people, elder women who I used as support systems. They, and to get through. And I started having these bear dreams, bear dreams, right? And in the bear dreams, like I had one, and then a week go by, I had another one, and in the dreams, I'm attacking a bear. Now remember, I got out of this incident by fighting for my life, right? So I got out of that, that bear attack, but I started getting dreams. The elders said the bear dreams are significant. I talked to her. I said, what's going on here? And that I'm attacking the dreams. She said, you'll see, because they're the keepers of dreams or whatever, she said, right? And they're messaging you, right? There's something that's going to happen. And it did.
Wow.
Okay, so I used her as a support, and then I had a couple of elders who toured the world, these native elders, and spoke about things, about life as being an elder. So they just toured, and they were guest speakers at our college, right, for one of the classes, right? And so we sat down, and I'll tell you what happened verbatim. That the woman and her husband, beautiful couple, they got in front of the class and are all, sitting there, the only white man with all Aboriginal people. And you know what her first, Tom, her first comment, her first words were, "Sasquatch is real." And I thought, that's weird. I said, yeah, that's all she said. She said, "Sasquatch is real." So she repeated it again, and there was a dead silence. I didn't say anything. Sasquatch is real, right? And then she went on to tell about Sasquatch. Okay. Shortly after that, okay, I was running down. The lower parts. It was rainy. Starting to get ice. It's November, right? There's ice pockets. There's mud, right? And I'm running in mud. It's kind of melting. And I stopped. And I pretty well jumped into or fell into a track right there in the mud. It was, and I looked at it. It was one track in the mud, right? Beautiful track of a barefoot, about 17 inches. Like, I had a big, large right foot print of a barefoot being right there in the mud, right? And I looked. I said, "That's a Sasquatch track. It's got to be, right?" And I picked,
because how did you discern that? Because of just
because
size?
It's big and it's barefoot and it's November and it's icy. And it was
barefoot.
It's out of place. Right?
I think you're saying bear, like BEAR. You're saying BARE. Okay, barefoot.
Yeah, it's big. It's a big barefoot track at November in the ice, right? Or just melting ice. And I stopped there and I thought, it's curiosity, right? I got curious, okay, and that's what the curiosity led me to another track. Okay, so I didn't have my cell phone. I usually, play music and run, right? Didn't have my cell phone. So, and I got home, and my spouse, who was native, she said, "Why don't you get a picture of the damn track?" Right? I said, "Oh, I'm sorry."
You're fine.
Okay,
darn.
And okay, and I said, "Yeah, you're right. I have no proof that it is one." But how I knew that they were there, that they were around, is that there's 5 native bands in this area that circle around the town. Okay, 5 independent bands. Okay, native bands, right? Pardon me? No. They call them native bands. They're places like regional native populations. Okay. Indian population. Indian populations. Okay. So basically, this little town here, it's a logging town, right? And there's many native people. And those people. So here's commonplace. In British Columbia, it's commonplace. Everybody knows about Sasquatch. Everybody accepts it, right? It's just things that you accept. It's in the backyard, right? And there's stories right here. Okay. So I knew that it was possible Sasquatch. I was running 2 weeks later. I had my phone on me, and it's that almost the exact same place. There was another one. Well, how could that happen, right? Just one track, but there's no more, right? No more, just one. Right. The same size, and I thought it's the same creature, and I took a picture. I still have that picture buried somewhere, but I have that picture. Okay, so that was going on 5 years ago. Okay, so I started. What happened was they started giving me signs in the way of. I don't know if you know what leans are. They're little sticks that lean up against the trees. Okay, so I followed these up. I followed them up, right? I started running. I go out running, and I see signs like this. Eventually, it got to a point where I'd be coming up the mountain, and there'd be like 15, like a tree. There's little sticks leaning against tree leans, right? And I'd follow them, and I looked up, and there's a trailway of them leaning against trees going up the mountain, like for quite a distance, right? So I couldn't see anymore, and I followed them. I went up higher and higher. I got more curious. I got more tracks. And there's like it's like they were teasing me up. I didn't know at the time, but I knew I think I was tracking Sasquatch. Okay, at the time, but I didn't, I didn't know. Right, it's just experiencing this. This was about fear. I was afraid because I still had fear from the bear, but I ignored it because they took my interest away from my fear. Okay, they're giving me signs. I got curious, and soon enough, you get it. I'm working my way up the mountain. There's another structure. I come down, right? I'm not thinking, I'm just following. And I got curious and I got excited, right? So I'm going up on my climbs. I go up and one day I'm at 2,000 feet, right? I'm at the ridge. All of a sudden, it's a hot sunny day. I'm at the top of the ridge. I'm soaked in sweat. Took me 4 hours to get up there, right? And I'm looking, I said, I made it. And I thought to myself, I made it. I'm here. My fear's gone. And I thought, my fear's gone. No more bears, it's gone, right? So I just screamed. I screamed like, yeah, in celebration. Yeah, right. And I turned around and went down. And I was really tired, but I couldn't believe I made it. I thought I won this. Like I won my fear. My fear is back. Yeah. Okay. So I started, it's really steep. There's about 70, it's a really steep grade at the top. And I was really tired and I was really hot. And I thought, oh shit, now
You're fine, buddy. You're fine. You can say anything you want except for the other words I told you at the beginning. All those words are fine.
Okay. I'm sorry,
Please.
But I panicked.
No need to be sorry. No need to be sorry. You're excited.
Okay. It's Canadian, eh? But yeah. So
is this your first time being interviewed?
No, I was interviewed. I spoke actually at a conference, and we'll get into that later.
Okay.
Toronto 2 years ago, and I'm going back this year, and it's an Aboriginal conference in Toronto about the Sasquatch and how they heal us. So it's a really important thing. Yeah, it's incredible. So I spoke there. I had no problem there because I made movies in the background, little clips, and set it to music, and I just want to dance, right? I like dancing, and I've learned to do that up there because the Sasquatch like dancing too. They get really good.
That's a semi-personal question. What is your blood type? I
don't know, actually.
I would love to know that.
Oh yeah, I know why you're asking that too, because I heard a little story about quantum blood, and your type of blood is something to do with them or ancestry.
RH negative blood. RH negative blood seems to be there's a connection there somewhere. And
is that right?
Just interested in myself, because I barely know you, and I'm sorry we don't know yet, but maybe one day you can divulge that information if you ever going
sure.
Over. Hey, what's my blood type? By the way,
but
I would love to know that. But
okay, you know what? I can tell. I'll give you that. Actually, I'm going to look up my blood type because I'm now curious about that too, right? And wondering about it because why is this happening to us, right? Yeah.
Now I'm sorry again. I sidetracked you. Please continue on. You're at the top of the ridge. You retired, coming back down.
Oh yeah. So I'm coming back. Oh yeah. I turned around. I'm really tired, and I thought this is steep. And all of a sudden, I got really tired. I got to go home now. Like I got to make it down the hill, and I'm tired already. Well, so I started sliding down on my butt, because I was tired. And then I was down on my butt, like sliding down the steep. I thought it was a bit easier, just kind of slide down the mountain, like slowly. Because you break your ankle, nobody's going to find you, right? You're done for. So I took it easy. I thought, take it slow. And then I was down about 50 yards down the mountaintop, the ridge. And all of a sudden, there's this big noise, okay? And it was a scream. It was a very, very loud scream. And it came from about 200 meters up the ridgeline, okay? So it was huge. It was a belly full scream, like that, and it lasted a really long time. Now I froze, right? But and you know what? And then it went into the scream was so long, and then it turned into like a baby. All you could do to describe the sound was like a baby elephant, like this, and I freaked out.
One quick question. So you went up to the top of the ridge. You screamed. How long after you screamed did this thing scream?
Well, I started sliding down, so about shortly after, right? So
okay, that's interesting.
Scooting down, and then and then it screamed. But you know what? I'm thinking, I thought, oh my God, and I panicked, right? Because it freaked me right out. It was so loud and it was so close. And I thought, okay, so it's midday here. The sun's out. It's boiling. It's hot, right? It's not a bear, right? It's not, I couldn't identify. I couldn't wrap my mind around with the noise and the level of it. So, and I thought, and I started panicking. Okay. And it's like, and I knew that it was a Sasquatch, right? Saying, screaming, like either you got it or whatever. But I thought, I was thinking, there's no baby elephants here. This is the woods. This is the bush. I started thinking about elephants, and I thought, well, and then you go through that process in your head. Was it a mountain lion? And no way. It was a human. It was loud. Okay, all right.
Did you also maybe feel it too? Because I know it's far away. Did you also feel it?
Yes. Yeah. Well. Yeah. Vibrations. Yeah. Well, I panicked right away, and I started skinning down on my. Like I didn't have time. I was down. I'm going down. Right. I actually started running down. I was gone. I got freaked out. Right. It scared me so much that I panicked. I thought. And I started thinking, I'm so tired, and I'm running down up the top of this hill and jumping, and I'm running from this thing, and right there and then I stopped, and I surrendered to it. Like I said, I can't do this. I'm gonna kill myself. I'm gonna break my ankle. I gotta slow down, and I stopped, and I surrendered right there, and I sat down, right, and I thought, if anything's going to take me, they're going to take me, and there's nothing I can do about it. So okay. I'm going to take my time. I'm going to carefully get down this hill, and I'm going to go home. And I'm going to go eat something and have a shower and chill out, right? Chill out. And that from that moment on, my fear was basically gone because I surrendered to whatever it was that screamed up there. And because you don't have any other choice, right? Like after all that time, I mean,
it makes sense.
It took a whole summer to get to that ridge, right? I didn't even know. I was caught up in their work and curious about the structures, right?
So interesting.
So I view that as art. As an artist, I'm a painter, right? I studied art.
I'm a painter too. Yeah. I do. I'm not maybe. I'm sure you're a trained artist, but I kind of just go from here, and it may sound cheesy to you, but for me,
I'd love to see your work. I do together, right? The background.
No, I didn't paint that. I do alla prima. I do alla prima.
Okay. Do you paint or?
Yeah. I paint oil painter.
Yes. I love it. Okay.
Yeah, it's all Bob Ross style, but it's
is that right?
It's Bob Ross. I also do many other influences like Kevin Hill and alike.
I got to see your work. Natural environment.
I got some behind me, but it's way over there. But yeah, I'll show you some pictures.
Yeah, I'd love to see them, and I'll show you mine. Okay, I studied art. Okay, seriously, I put a lot of money into that program, and I'm not getting it back. Right, but the thing is, I am slowly getting something out because I am selling.
I've sold a few. It was a long time ago, but I sold some. Yeah.
Congratulations! I'm very happy for you, and it's a kicker that you're a painter, and I'm a painter.
It's like if it covers the materials I've done, the hours don't matter, dude. If it just covers the materials and someone likes it and puts it in their house or hangs it up, that's all. I think that is cool as shit, dude.
Yeah, and it's a therapy. It's a daily therapy. It's beautiful. When you get a great result, when you're happy with it, it's a personal thing, and
you get lost in it.
You're sharing it, right?
You get lost in it. You kind of create your own universe, and it's like, and as you do it, you see it coming as you do it, and then you start changing a little bit, and that's where I am. I'm at that point where I can see it as it comes instead of going through the steps. You just kind of go, now how do I make this better? Okay, now I'll put 3 shades, and it's a lot of fun.
It is, and it's also pretty frustrating too when you don't get what you want. And you get into this ugly mess, right? And it's
we've all made mud. We've all mixed mud before.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's just it. And I did that too. Okay, so I know,
Oh yeah.
right?
Oh yeah.
Mixing mud, right? So you're
Yep.
moving paint around, right? Moving it
Yep.
around, right? But it's fun, and I'm very happy for you. And I didn't know
No,
that,
but happy for
and
you.
that's so cool. That's so cool. Yeah, and that's awesome. I can't believe it. That's yeah.
I do many forms of art. I don't know how much you've watched the podcast, but I'm a
I,
musician.
I I
I'm
heard
a
you. I
I'm a
actually heard
comedian.
you. I heard you on because I used to listen to them on the radio, like just to listen while I'm sleeping. Okay, and I did hear you on two subjects once a long time ago, and then I veered off to something else, and I haven't been. But now I see that you've got excellent content, and it's
Thank you. Thank you.
related to
It's a little
what
wild. I'm a little dark, a little mysterious. I like
yeah
heavy music.
yeah
I like painting. I like
yeah
to tell crazy
well
dark jokes. It's just and art, and people don't realize that stand up is not just entertainment. For me, it's art. It's very difficult. It's
yeah
more
and
hard, it's more difficult than painting and
yeah
music combined. If you ask me, my opinion.
yes. Yeah, yeah. Okay, and to be a host, okay, to be host is a very very different position to be in.
Oh,
You have
hosting.
to,
Oh, it's
to be a
it's
host.
kind of a culmination of stand up and music together. To be a frontman in a band for 10 years and to be a
Oh yeah.
comedian for 10
Okay.
years.
Okay.
You just get used to talking to the audience. You get when you're a comedian, you get used to reading to
Oh, you do
people.
comedy. You do
Oh,
comedy.
I've done
Yeah.
stand up in 3 languages, man.
No way. So one of
Yeah.
them German for sure, right? And one of them
Oh,
probably Spanish, right?
and the other one's mostly English, but
Oh.
now it's all Spanish
You
because
do,
nobody
oh,
down
I'm
here
sorry.
understands English. Oh, he froze. Oh, I hope he comes back. Oh, I hope he comes back. Okay, hold on. I'll put you on speakerphone. It would be very an interesting. Just hold on one second. I'll put you on speakerphone. Then we can kind of record it. Hold on. This will be interesting. Hold on. Speakerphone. Okay. So you think they cut you off?
Yeah, because there was nothing they did. It just went, okay, so there's somebody at the end of the line, and I know that is monitoring me and shut me down a few years ago. First, from my YouTube channel, that something happened. It happened over and over. And then to about, it happened to my Facebook. My Facebook site would just disappear. No reason why. It's just gone. Okay.
Wow.
So what I had to do is reinvent myself. The new names, right? So I got onto this, right? So I made new names, and I reopened all those Facebook, like they took them, and I found them through other people, and I put them back on. So what I'm doing right now is I've got all these sites just to dupe them, or dupe whoever's trying to,
Silence you.
stop me, like the easy way for them.
Okay.
Stop me.
Okay, just for your information, I'm recording this audibly over the phone with you. I think it would be very interesting if we did it this way as well. Okay, so I'll hold my phone up. We can go. I'll just cut the little part where you're not there, and I'll just say we have some technical difficulties, and we can say that the powers that be, most likely, or even I'm guessing. Okay, okay, so. Okay, I'm gonna cut it. I'm gonna start right now. Okay, guys. So I got Gin back on the phone. Our recording got cut somehow, but I got him here audibly, so you can at least hear what he has to say. So we can go for maybe another 20 minutes or so, and you can just kind of go into it as you want.
Okay, so I was with the noise.
Right. Well, maybe all of a sudden. Wow. Oh my lord. We'll go with interesting. Oh my god, are you serious? It's not your fault. I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all, brother. Not at all. Okay. No worries. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. We'll leave it. We'll leave it as it is right now, and we'll leave it on a cliffhanger, and we'll have you back as again Zubrickas Part 2. Hopefully, they let him speak this time because this is interesting. Okay. Yeah. Okay, no worries. Then we'll try it again. We'll try it again at another time. I'll look at my schedule. It might be in a week or two, but I'll look at my schedule and I'll get you back on. We can try again. Okay. I love you too, brother. I love you too, brother. And then take care and go have some. Go on your back porch and have yourself a cup of tea with your wife, dude. All right. Wow, I even hear it now. Me too. Peace, buddy. All right, man. Take care of yourself. Okay. Bye. You're welcome. Okay. That was very interesting. So he was on, like as you can see, he got bumped off. And then he tried to come back on and he couldn't come back on. And then he contacted me through Facebook Messengers, as you guys can see, and he was saying that he was getting feedback. And then towards the end there, I was getting it too. Did you hear that? So this is going to be a cliffhanger, like I just said. Jen, when you see this, or Gin, it's a hard one for everybody. I don't mean to disrespect you in any way. Gin, we've been trying this for a minute. It's been very difficult. It's this is pretty crazy, dude. I think we're onto something on the eye here, guys. I think we really tapped something right there. That's never happened before. It's a bit heavy, to be honest with you. It's a little scary. All right. Well, let's hope for the best that it works next time around. So if you guys keep coming back to the channel, I'm going to try to get him on as soon as I can. I have to check my schedule. It's quite busy, actually. I've been getting a lot of people reaching out to me. Anyhow, so keep finding yourself coming back to the Eye of Jupiter, gentlemen, ladies, others, people, extraterrestrials, Bigfoot or Dogman, trolls, sprites, gnomes, uh, Alushas, witches, and alike. If you find yourself coming back to the Eye, please do me a favor, like and subscribe to the channel. You can also find me on. You can also find me on. It makes me laugh because I couldn't think of all Skinwalkers. You can also find me on Rumble. You can find me on Spotify. You can also find me on Podbean as well. I'm trying to spread my audience. If any of you guys, hopefully by this time, I'll have some other cool stuff out by the time this comes out. And I hope Jen's okay, or Gen is okay. This comes out around Christmas time. So go ahead and get yourself some merch if you'd like. It's down at the bottom, the description. Go ahead and click on it and get yourself some. We have t-shirts, we have hats, we have a coffee mug, and we have a couple posters. Get that to somebody. The special things that you like for Christmas. That's my little thing there. So this is a cliffhanger once again. Remember, we are the Eye. This is the Eye of Jupiter. I'm so sorry. I'm a little bit caught off guard, but this guy has a story to tell, and apparently it's realistic because that was crazy at the end there, guys. I don't know what else to say about that. I don't need to stretch this anymore than it needs to be. Yeah, this is the show, guys. And remember, we are the Eye. We are aware, and I love you all very much.